Damian Priest and Bad Bunny should have main evented this show in Puerto Rico because the crowd was electric as fuck. Let's just get right into the whole show. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Backlash 2023 from Puerto Rico. Holy shit, the electricity from this crowd, it could have powered the goddamn universe for, 10,000 years. It was absolutely amazing. This was an amazing crowd. One of the best goddamn crowds that I've been able to witness. Obviously not in person. Why would I want to go to Puerto Rico? I could just watch this in the comfort of my own home, but good God, I felt the energy through my television. It was amazing. It was goddamn amazing. And there were a couple matches on this show that are right up there with match of the year. Some really great shit. Was it the best goddamn event overall? No. There were some issues, but really it was about moments. It was about featuring people in the right atmosphere. And boy, I'm still eating crow 2 years later about Bad Bunny. I'm still eating crow because, man, I was like, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, he may be a fan, but this isn't gonna work. And then I ate crow at WrestleMania 37. And then the Royal Rumble last year. Even though that Rumble was shit, he did well. What do you guys think of the show? Let me know in the comments. So, Jackie on the pre-show looked great. She really looked great. Peter Rosenberg talking about his place in the company. Peter Rosenberg has no right to be in WWE. Matt Camp was also there. I have nothing against him. Wade Barrett was on the beach. I don't know who that lady was that served him that drink, but yes, abso-fucking-lutely, yes. Man, that was. I'll tell you right now. I suddenly had the urge to go to the Cannes Film Festival for some reason. Amazing. We get a package on Becky's journey. This was a lot of stuff just on the pre-show. The opening package of Bad Bunny. I still don't understand his music. I don't. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's got energy to it. It's a language barrier. I don't understand it, but people love it. People absolutely love it. There is a reason why he is such a highly streamed musician. I don't know how that shit works, but he's popular. Very popular. His concerts have thousands upon thousands of people attending, and they just enjoy him. And he just does this as a side gig because he loves it. That's the one thing I will admit that won me over after WrestleMania 37, after that tag match. He did interviews and he talked about, I don't understand how they're able to do this, day after day, year after year. Because he talked about how hard the bumps were just for him to take, even though he's a passionate fan. He's like, ouch, how do people do this? So, the drone entrance, great shit. It was even better than it was on SmackDown. But the drone almost crashed. Hold on, Lady Driver coming through. Pretty much guaranteeing that my audience is going to be strictly male. The crowd was already at peak energy, and then we get whipping action in Puerto Rico. No stabbing action because Jose Gonzalez was nowhere near the building, I hope. So the crowd was up for Bianca, but they were really up for Iyo. I was up for Iyo. That's another story for another day. This may be one of the best openers of any pay-per-view that WWE has done, at least and I'm ignoring the pandemic era, even though there were some moments that weren't all that bad during some of those shows. This is one of the best openers they've had in a while. Definitely one of the hottest openers the women have ever done. Now, Charlotte and Rhea might be better. Might just be better. Just barely. But Iyo and Bianca is like right here. It is really, really goddamn close. I don't know what kind of scale this is. It's weird. It's like I'm holding a strange orb, like I'm some kind of statue, skeleton thing in a medieval shop holding this. What am I on about? I have no idea. But in all honesty, Iyo and Bianca killed it for the Raw Women's Championship. Go watch this. This is great shit because the crowd was booing Bianca, and honestly, this crowd was going to be, they were going to be energetic and they were going to be defiant regardless. And I don't think it's because they hate Bianca. The thing is, they cheered Bianca yesterday. But this was a different animal. They really wanted Iyo to win. They really wanted Iyo to win. I was like, if they don't have Iyo win, the crowd may riot. They may. In Puerto Rico, those wrestling crowds are known to riot. At least they were in years gone by. And that's just because of passion. And I mean that with respect. This crowd was amazing. Iyo was absolutely feeling it. I loved Iyo splitting. I'd like her to split on me, and moving on from that. Bianca selling her arm because she kept getting that attack, but kept doing some impressive stuff. Did a freaking one-armed press slam. Straight out of the Frito Banditos playbook. And then we get so many other big moves here. I mean, great shit. The moonsault for 2. Lots of great, lots of great stuff. Bianca kept, fighting back, but Iyo would always cut her off. There was an apron bump at one point. I don't know why. There was a crossface. Don't worry. Benoit is firmly back in Gainesville, or at least his ghost is, firmly in the Gainesville Ghosts of Hell, whatever I'm talking about. But a power bump off the top, that was a hell of a goddamn move. And then Damage Control shows up, and I'm like, oh no, they're going to help Iyo win, and then Bayley's going to be like, see, you couldn't have won without me. Jesus Christ, Bayley looked great. God, she looked great. But they were just cooking with gas, as it were. And it seemed like Iyo was going to get the victory, but then all of a sudden, she ends up missing. Bayley, it seemed like, might have caused an inadvertent distraction, and was holding Bianca's ponytail outside, like, oh, see, her ponytail's outside. It's okay, ref. See, it's fine. But she cost her the match without saying that she cost her the match, obviously. KOD, 1, 2, 3, and Bianca wins. Iyo looks strong in defeat. Iyo is probably going to end up beating Bianca, and then Bayley's going to cash in Money in the Bank and beat her. Watch that happen. That means they're going to have Bayley top Iyo, and I'm going to let that image marinate in your heads, and now move on, because we run a clean show here. By we, I mean me, and by me, I mean I don't. So, great opener, though. Great opener. Bad Bunny, and the Bad Bunny Priest, press conference footage. And we have Bad Bunny backstage. He was with Puerto Rican POD. I don't know who those guys were. Ray shows up. And then Savio Vega, of all people, shows up. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Puerto Rican makes all the sense in the world. I'm just like, oh, all right. That was cool. And big goddamn deal. It was really cool. It wasn't the last we'd see of Savio. And then a huge pop for Seth Rollins. Whoa. Seth Rollins versus Edward James Omos. Jesus Christ, stop with the Edward James Omos experiment. Stop it. Please stop. Just stop it. Stop the goddamn madness. Stop the world. I want to get off. I want it to be like that episode of The Twilight Zone where that guy jumped from the train because he... Willoughby? Something Willoughby? I forget the title. Bobby, you know Twilight Zone. Tell me in the comments. But... yeah, it almost sucks. He sucks. Rollins bumped the best he could, eventually hit one stomp, and then MVP got kicked, and it was just amazing, though. At one point, there was like a line, terrifying grip strength. Not terrifying stabbing strength. The grip strength of Jose Gonzalez to, okay, I'll stop. No, I won't. Call an ambulance. That's mean. One stomp, MVP gets kicked. Second stomp. And then you hear an audible kick out because Edward James almost apparently doesn't understand how matches work. And then super stomp with the Krugo shoe. 1, 2, 3. Thank God Seth Rollins won this. This match only, I think, went like 6.5 minutes, and it felt like 12 to fit. This was not good. I'm sorry it wasn't. And then Lashley versus Here Comes Bronson Reed versus Theory. 3-way U.S. title match. Theory got virtually no reaction. You know why? Because Theory sucks. No matter how hard they try, if Theory is going to be one of the pillars, then I want the company to crumble. So anyway, Theory is really, really bad. I mean, really goddamn bad. Send him into the showers and have Carlos Colon talk to him. See, I told you I wasn't going to be done with those. Reed did an impressive moonsault, especially for a guy that big. Lashley did some power moves, and Theory won. I didn't care. Moving on. Package on Rhea to fill time. Rhea in white. My God, she's gorgeous. And Zelina coming out in the Puerto Rican flag and the colors and everything, hugely emotional, big pop. Her family was there, her stepdad was there. Her dad, unfortunately, did pass away in 9/11. That's absolutely terrible. Zelina got, big reaction though, was absolutely over the moon, super emotional. She, at one point, got a flip-flop and threw it, which apparently is a Hispanic household tradition. I've never been in a Hispanic household when a fight breaks out, so I don't know how accurate that is. Rhea and Zelina for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Rhea used her power. Zelina got in a few shots, hit her 619 at one point, but got hit with a Riptide 1, 2, 3. It was about Zelina getting that reaction in the game and getting the standing ovation afterwards. And everybody was standing and applauding. You don't overlook Zelina, even though it's easy to do, even if you're sitting down, she's standing up. Okay, I'm done making short jokes. This was cool for her. This was very cool. From now on, she'll be history. She'll be history. Okay, I'm done. Let's get to a FUBAR ad that apparently is an Arnold Schwarzenegger. No Hulk. Schwarzenegger. No Hulk. God damn it. Anyway, a FUBAR ad that apparently does star Arnold. I didn't know it was a series, and I didn't know it was out. Okay. May have to watch, though. We get a package on Bad Bunny and all the stuff, all him and Priest and all this. And it's a double main event, and it's on 5th. They didn't have this on last. I almost think they should have. I get why in the main event they might have had it on because of something that happened, but this, for crowd energy, and the fact that the crowd realistically, they were energetic afterwards, but this blew them. Even this crowd couldn't keep up the fire a ton afterwards. But we get, Priest coming out, big old reaction, big old entrance. He actually got some cheers, not a ton, but Puerto Rican descent, so people were going to cheer him somewhat. And then Bad Bunny's music hits. I don't know if I've seen such an orgy of happiness among it. That's an image, by the way, that I'm going to put in your heads. With all these fans going nuts and going crazy. This was incredible. They were singing along to his theme. I don't know what the fuck they were saying. I don't have a goddamn clue. I don't know what the name of the song is. It was catchy, I think. Or maybe it's just the fact that the crowd was chanting along with it. And it was good. And it was energetic. And it was incredible. It was great stuff. He was enjoying it. He was having fun. The crowd was loving the fact that he was getting to live his dream, and they were getting to live vicariously through him. I think that's how that phrasing goes. And then he suddenly goes back to the entranceway and gets a shopping cart. So either he studied New Jack or he studied Raven matches. Either or. So, we get Bad Bunny against Damian Priest in a San Juan street fight. I'm going to say that I mostly like this match. There were a couple periods, though, where I'm like, okay, they're going a bit long. Now, I get why they went as long as they did. They wanted to get everything in. They wanted to make this celebration of Puerto Rican wrestling. And there were cool moments in this. In fact, I would say pretty much this was definitely the highlight of the show as far as a spectacle. Iyo and Bianca was a better match. This was a better spectacle. And that's no disrespect to Iyo and Bianca. And that's not saying there wasn't some good wrestling here. Bad Bunny sells well because he's a fan and he knows how to sell. He studied this stuff and he's trained with the right people. I don't know who's trained him, but whoever has, he has really taken it like a fish to water. Priest being the clear heel. The weapons obviously got brought out at one point. And then there was a point where Michael Cole said, I'm hunting wabbits. Yeah, I want Jose Gonzalez to go out there and just take care of Michael Cole. Just do it. It wouldn't absolve him of what he did to Bruiser Brody, but at least one good thing. Okay, that's mean. Michael Cole was really awful here. I mean, really fucking awful. Bunnies can fly. God, I wish it was Michael Cole instead of Owen Hart. So anyway, let's move on to that. At one point, he called a Falcon Arrow a Michinoku driver. God, Michael Cole sucks. How dare you? How dare any of you say that he is a really good commentator? Actually, if you think that, that's fine. Mistakes happen. People say JR makes mistakes. Yeah, here's the difference. JR actually was good at his job for a number of years, unlike Michael Cole. So anyway, Bad Bunny showed off his skills, doing some great shit. There was a table crash because they went into the crowd. Priest being, then again, Puerto Rican crowds have died down a little bit as far as rioting and wanting to tear your flesh off. They didn't do what Bruiser Brody and Abdullah the Butcher did, basically because these were two athletes, unlike Bruiser Brody and a fucking moving couch like Abdullah the Butcher. But they did stuff. They went into the crowd. They did a table bump. And then Priest was like, no, I'm carrying it back to the ring because I'm not done. Because it's not falls count anywhere. It's a street fight. And then Bad Bunny catches a leg, does a shot like this, catches it on his shoulder, hits uses a chain to the leg, targets a knee, keeps targeting the knee, and then Priest begs off. It's a ruse, but then he gets hit with a low blow, and everybody's down, and then Judgment Day shows up. And then here's where it just gets to where we're just going to throw every fucking person out here because we have nothing better to do. Ray comes out, and then he gets glommed, and then suddenly I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Carlito gets one of the biggest pops of the night. It was a cool moment. Carlito was only 44. It is amazing because I remember seeing him on WWE television in 2004 thinking, so he basically was just in his early 20s at that point. And is still in incredible shape. Incredible shape. And, he spits the apple in Dominic's face. Credit to him for keeping it in his mouth that long. I should call her. Keeping that in his mouth for so long and then spitting up. I, again, should call her. So then Savio Vega shows up. And he kind of does the Quang kicks. If you get the Quang reference, I'm going to love you guys. I think that was cool. Yeah, it was Quang, actually. But then the LWO comes out because he brings out the LWO. And then we just get everybody doing everything. Everybody just does whatever. And they all fight. And we'll see you this weekend for the Royal Rumble. And then we get some near falls, some chair shots. We get a Bunny Destroyer. 1, 2, 3. Bad Bunny gained the victory. He was gassed. He was gassed 10 minutes before this. And I'm not knocking. I am not knocking. It is incredibly tough. And credit to him for being pretty much one of the biggest, or one of the most popular singers, even if I am out of the wheelhouse, or if he's out of my wheelhouse and out of my, taste, people still love him. And he does this and is willing to put his body on the line. And him and Priest obviously put this together to make sure that it was going to play to Priest's strengths and also hide the fact that Bad Bunny, while well-trained, is not, obviously any kind of full-timer, but this made the most sense. And him winning was absolutely the right call, because had he not, probably would have had a riot. Probably would have. We then get them holding him up. It was cool. It was cool shit. Good stuff. And then Sami Zayn gets a big pop for the next match. Riddle doesn't belong here is what I noted. Usos and Solo versus Zayn, Owens, and Riddle. Here's what I got from this. Eventually, they got to where Solo had with the Usos had with Solo, particularly Jay, I think, or Jimmy. I really refuse to care at this point. They got to where, oh no, he's going to spike one of them, and then he doesn't. And then we get more back and forth. This match needed about 8 million more super kicks. Though, the difference between this and the Young Bucks matches, these are actually wrestlers. And then, Haluva kick for 2, and then eventually a spike pins Riddle. That's all I'm going to say about that match, because I really didn't care. Yes, it's teasing more stuff between Solo and the Usos and everything, and just get on with it at this point. Get on with it at this point. They got to do something else. They kind of missed their opportunity at Mania with the Bloodline to do something really big, and now they seem to be spinning their wheels. So hopefully this leads to something on Friday, maybe where, Solo spikes them, and then the Usos are banished over to Raw. Or banished to NXT. There we go, that's even better. Banished them to NXT. They gotta fight their way back up. So, at least, let's be perfectly honest, at least Riddle taking the pin was the right call, because who the fuck wants to see Matt Riddle get a victory at this point? Because Matt Riddle's not worth it. He's not worth any goddamn bit of money. I don't care how talented he is in the ring. He's burned every goddamn bridge. All right, Gunther package, Cody Brock package. Cody's entrance needs more pyro. Whoa, well now I am not doing it. There are people that like Cody. That's fine. I'll be on island. I don't give a goddamn. I don't. I'll say here. I don't hate Cody. I respect the fact that he has worked hard, but I find him disingenuous and I find him fake. I find him incredibly fake in his promos. And that's all I'm going to say. And I hate using the word fake, so you know how much I really have to have a little bit of... I really don't care for somebody to say that they're fake. Bork comes out to a big pop, and Cody dives on Bork, and then hits him with a chair, or the steps a few times, and a chair, and then they get in the ring, and the bell rings, and then Cody rushes Brock, hits a few moves, and then gets hit with a bunch of suplexes. And the crowd roars, Suplex City, because they're starting to turn on Cody. I mean, yeah, this is probably an anomaly because they were cheering him, but they were cheering Brock more. They're going to get tired. I'm not wishing it. I honestly hope that I'm wrong. I can see it slowly happening where some crowds are not going to care for Cody. They're not going to buy this chase. And we get an exposed buckle tease, and then Brock goes in that. Bust open hard way. People thought this might have been audible, but they're calling it audible as far as the finish. No, I really think that if it had been an audible, they would have automatically gone to the finish, done a couple moves, and then gone to that. No, they went a few more minutes because, Brock was bleeding really goddamn badly. I mean, really badly. Cody hits a Cody cutter. And then 2 crossroads for 2, an F5 for 2. And then suddenly, a Kimura. Oh no, he's locked it on, and then roll up 1, 2, 3. Cody winning by a fluke over Baleen because Cody can't actually win a match straight up. I don't care. I don't care. Cody can beat Roman at Mania. He can beat him at SummerSlam. He ain't going to be the guy. He ain't going to be the guy. He may sell a lot of merch. He may be the guy to you guys. He ain't the guy to me. That being said, it was kind of a flat ending, honestly. They should have had Bad Bunny and Priest close the goddamn show. Even with all the blood all over the ring, I get why. Still, hot crowd. Really hot crowd. But the ending, Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm Charmethlan. I'll see you soon.